Hey everybody, how are you doing today? Today, I'm doing alright. I'm gonna talk about how the day went. Let's do this. So, last update video, when I finished recording it, I decided to go and edit the audio so that way it could come out of both ears instead of just one channel. Because for whatever reason, whenever I record my audio on my computer, it only records for one ear. Not sure why that's the case, but luckily a quick fill right with left audio edit on Adobe Premiere, and then a little bit of vocal presence enhancements made it sound much better. The only problem, I had to wait like 10 to 15 minutes for it to render because the whole video is like 40 minutes. So I decided to kill the time by just going on YouTube and trying to find something to watch to pass the time. If I'm being honest with you, I don't exactly recall what I was looking at. All I'm going to say is, yeah, I think I saw like a cartoon where, I saw an animation where Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the cartoon character, he was appeared in this little video. He said, "Hello, everybody. I'm Roger Rabbit, a cartoon from the golden age of animation. I am not used by AI. I'm made with real human artist hands on real human computers." Like something like that. That was my attempted impression of Roger Rabbit. Probably not the best, but at least it tried. But anywho, yeah, that was pretty interesting. And yeah, it was what else? Yeah, honestly, I'm having a hard time remembering. I'm just gonna move on and to the part after the video exported. I immediately uploaded it on my YouTube channel. And then I went to sleep at like 3 in the morning. And I'm hoping I can get this recording done in less than 10 minutes. So I won't go to bed at like 2 in the morning. Time's currently 12:45, by the way. Anyways, after I was done taking my rest, I woke up at like 11 in the morning. And when I got up, it was very still in the morning. And I think the reason is, I think I've gotten very used to my sister being present whenever I'm up in the morning, because she usually is up at around 11. But because she's with my middle sister at the con, I did not see her because she's in Washington, D.C. right now. So that means that it's kind of like how it was a long time ago. I don't exactly remember what long time ago, maybe around November or September of 2025, and where it was just me, my mom, and our family friend. And that was it. So it has a unique feel, I must say, having it just be me being like the youngest person in the house again. Well, I was the youngest person in the house anyways, but that's really not what I meant to say. What I meant to say was me and someone of a similar age bracket like my sister being in the house. And now that she's off and it's just me, it's really weird kind of feeling. It's feels like I love my mom and our family friend, but it definitely feels like, in terms of how we interact with the world, we're definitely different generations, that's for sure. So it just is a unique feeling that you don't really notice or pay attention to before a shakeup and change in your environment, like someone coming over who's a similar age to you, chilling out with you for a while. You don't really notice it until after they're gone. You're like, whoa, everything is much more quiet and still now. It's interesting. Like, definitely it is making me realize that there was a sort of a more, I suppose, lively atmosphere when my youngest sister was here. So yeah. But anywho, moving along. Yeah, when I got up, I decided to grab 6 of those donuts, the Hostess donuts, a cup of coffee, and I went into the den and I watched a Digital Foundry video about this new video game called Crimson Desert. It was John Linderman was the guy who made and hosted the video, presenting this game, and I have to say Crimson Desert is probably one of the most visually arresting games of the generation. Like, this game reminds me how I felt when I saw footage of Red Dead Redemption 2 on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I'm like, dang, this is impressive. Like, the art direction, the atmosphere, the visual fidelity, just everything about it is just so well done that it honestly is mind-blowing. Like, it makes you have a difficult time believing it's running on the hardware it's running on, kind of feeling. Though, to be fair, the game was being shown off on PlayStation 5 Pro code, which is currently the most powerful game console that is available right now to consumers. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe the base PS5 and Xbox Series console versions, especially the Series S, might be downgrades compared to the PlayStation 5 Pro version. I'm not 100% sure on that, but what I can say is that the PS5 Pro version of Crimson Desert is a knockout. It looks incredible. And honestly, it makes me kind of want to get into it. However, I only really have a PS5, and so if I were to get into it, I'd want to see like a Digital Foundry video on how the game performs on PS5 before making any kind of a decision on whether I'd want to actually get it or not, because that's the hardware that's currently available to me, you know. So yeah, I'd want to have an informed opinion before diving into it. But anywho, moving along, after I was done being just absolutely gobsmacked by the interactivity, the scale, the unique scenarios, the arresting visuals of Crimson Desert, I decided to go click off because I had reached the end of the video, and then I went up and I grabbed the last Mr. Beast peanut butter cup, along with another cup of coffee, and I went into the den once again to just browse to see if there was something that would capture my eye, and what I found was this interesting video that was someone basically like talking about how the new Atlas robots are getting more and more impressive, the Atlas robots from Boston Dynamics. The only problem was it was like some annoying guy just talking over like impressive footage, and I was just thinking to myself, I want to see the impressive footage. I don't want some annoying guy talking over it. So I decided to look up like the latest Boston Dynamics robot footage, and I did find it. And it was 2 months ago, like at a press event, presumably for investors. And wow, this game looks. Sorry, I'm tired and my brain's on Crimson Desert still, apparently. This robot looks very impressive. The way it walks is just so natural that it could honestly pass for like a human in a suit. It's incredible. But the fact that they designed the robot to just be more dynamic with the way it moves is an incredibly smart decision. And apparently the people at Boston Dynamics are creating commercially usable versions of these robots for industrial use, like in oil rig areas or in like factory settings. Now, of course, this raises another question on, well, what about jobs? Isn't this going to take jobs away from hardworking blue-collar citizens? Well, most definitely, if its ability to be relied on and its dexterity can be believed. But the thing is, a lot of the robots that are being controlled right now are essentially just glorified animatronics, where they have like someone with a VR headset and controllers controlling the robot. But what will be truly impressive is a robot that's truly fully autonomous, that doesn't just cycle through one basic function after the other, but is actually able to dynamically adjust to its situation on the fly, which I think would be incredible. Now, yeah, after I was done watching that, I was like, dang, that's super impressive. But I need to work on my stuff. So what am I going to do? I decided to open the Claude app, since, I've paid $20 for it a month, so for just 1 month, so I might as well see if I could get any use out of it, right? I used the Opus 4.6 version of the chatbot, and I decided to ask it to help me with coding an interactive roadmap for the rest of my day before I go to work. So I was able to create a interactive checklist where it has time codes, where take a shower, self-groom, then get dressed, do your brain jam, then take a little break, and then do a little bit more brain jam. And I had that actually all designed up and ready to go, and it created the interactive list, no problem at all. It was extremely impressive. I was just gobsmacked by what I saw. I was like, dang, this is one impressive chatbot. So I decided to try, and the cool thing was that this list was just entirely made by me. It wasn't the robot like telling me what to do. It was me trying to craft the best schedule based on what I believe I should be doing, and then just having the robot put things in an interactive list that would be motivating for me to continue working on, like a checklist with like a little like bar going up showing the task completed, and as the bar reaches the completion, it glows. It's like, you have done all of your tasks for the day. And I was like, dang, that's pretty awesome. I like that. So yeah, I was able to do everything. It felt great to take a shower a good hour before going to work. Normally I take my showers at the last minute, which I really shouldn't ever be doing. So the fact I was able to do my shower like an hour before so I could dedicate all my mental energy to doing my Brain Jam project was incredible. Just not having that worry or that stress of like, oh my gosh, I gotta take my shower and drop everything I'm doing. But no, I already took it, so I don't have to drop everything I'm doing because I did it, so I can just do the thing. That was an incredible feeling that I was very, very grateful for. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing that more often. Just get all the stuff, like the self-care stuff that I need to do for myself before I need to go to work, done right off the bat, and then I can put my energy and focus into the things that I want to do rather than things I need to do, So yeah, pretty cool. And I did get some work done on Brain Jam Extra after doing all the showering and the combing and the deodorizing and all that good stuff, moisturizing on my face. And yeah, pretty much just was trying to learn the perspective tool on Krita. I don't think I really have a full grasp of it yet, but I'm certainly getting there. Now, after I had done everything I could with the project that I had for the amount of time before needing to use the restroom, which ended up eating most of my time, and so I was only able to dedicate 20 minutes of my time to this project instead of the full 45, which I wanted to dedicate, but only 20 minutes. I left to go to work at around 2:50. When I arrived, I punched in, checked the schedule, found out I had nothing but sweeps throughout the entire day, and I immediately got to work. I started off bagging for customers. Um, yeah, I gotta be honest, my pants do feel like they've gotten quite tight. It's probably because I'm been eating a lot of fatty, bad foods for me, and I really need to get back on a good, strong diet plan so I don't outgrow my clothes. That would not be good, especially since I literally bought them like a few weeks ago, and you know, yeah, that would be terrible. But anyways, yeah, so I bagged for the customers. I did go backs. I threw compost away. I swept the produce, the entire store floor, and the break room. And I helped customers find products they need to find. And that's pretty much most of the job in a nutshell today. Not much to really say in terms of interaction with anyone. Was very nice and friendly to the customers. Got along great with my coworkers. Yeah. On my first break, I refilled my water and I tried to continue crafting a schedule for tomorrow morning with Claude, and then continued doing my job before leaving for lunch, where I decided to go home, heat up 2 garlic breads with in the air fryer with spaghetti, tomato meat sauce, and then I put truffle parmesan powder on that, and ate that with my Coke Zero cherry vanilla flavor Coke, which I liked well enough. And I was watching I was continuing to watch the Area 52 podcast with UAP Gerb. They were talking about their interactions with Bob Lazar, which was really interesting, and how the host of Area 52 has a very really high conviction rate that Bob Lazar is the real deal. So that was pretty cool. Then I decided to drive back to work, where I spent the remainder of my time doing closing chores that included bringing in bags, taking out the trash, and wiping down the check stands. And then I told my co-boss what I was doing for my YouTube channel. I even told him about my sister going to a con and showing her artwork to him, and he seemed to be very impressed by that, so that was pretty cool. And then I remember asking if he needed me to do any go-backs or anything before leaving for work. He said, "No, you're fine." So I punched out. I said goodbye to one of my other coworkers who was in the deli at the time, closing up shop. This coworker told me they were really excited because they were going to go to a concert very soon, and they were looking forward to that. So I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. Happy for you." And then I went into my car. I tried to find something fun to listen to while I was on my ride home, like Little Big Planet, the garden theme, but sadly, for whatever reason, the Verizon auto pay did not turn on. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I was signed up for auto pay, so I had to listen to what was downloaded on my phone already, which was the December's Great Cataclysm song. Drove back home. When I arrived, I restarted my auto pay for Verizon. I'm gonna have to call them again about that. That's happened like for the 3rd time this billing year. It's ridiculous. But anyways, I went into the house. I greeted my mom. I said goodnight and I love you to her. I decided to pour some honey bunches of oats with almonds in almond milk with this cup of coffee right here, which is to the dregs. Just finished it. And as I was eating, I was continuing to watch the UAP Gerb and Area 52 podcast, which I found very interesting to listen to. And then finally, after that, I greeted my family friend who stopped by to get something from the fridge, and then they left. They told me that their leg was hurting, and then I suggested they should totally go to the doctor to get that checked out, and they agreed, and they said they would be going tomorrow, so I'm hoping they can figure that out. Praying for them. But after I was done, I decided to make my update video, which here it is. The time is now 1:03. I'm gonna just upload this bad boy and brush my teeth, take my vitamins, and go to sleep. So, that's all there is to say. Thank you for watching and tuning in. Very much appreciated. And I'll see you in the next video. Sayonara.